when I was a 5-year-old boy, we were living in the Philippines. I was born there. We moved back to the west side of Jacksonville, Florida, and I'm the baby of 5 in a missionary family, and so I think just being the baby of 5, you learn to just be competitive in a missionary family just to get food off of the table, and so I was kind of like nth degree competitive, and my parents were like, he's got way too much energy, he's way too competitive, we gotta go sign him up for sports. So they signed me up at Normandy Baseball Park and playing T-ball, and I show up to the first game, and to me it's like the whole world. It's like a mixture of a state championship, a national championship, and like a Super Bowl, all wrapped up in it. Well, I don't really know what a Super Bowl is like, but you can just go with me on that one. I can imagine what it was like, okay? And by the way, it's not that funny. Let's laugh at some of your worst days. It's rude. But I remember showing up to this game, and it's the whole world to me, and I was assigned to the White Sox, so I have number 35, just like my favorite player, Frank Thomas, and we show up to the game, and it's everything to me. And Coach Langley's our coach, and he gathers us together, and we're getting ready to take the field because we're the home team, and he says, okay, guys, now it doesn't matter whether you win or lose. It's only about having fun. And we had only been in America for a few days, and I'm thinking like, is this what America is about? Like, because this sucks. And so I yank on the coach's shirt and I say, hey coach, you're wrong. It's only about winning. Because that's when you really have fun. And he looks at me like, who is this horrible kid that's been assigned to my team? You know? So he lets all the other kids go to their positions, and I'm standing right there, and he's like, you wait right here. And he walks down the first base dugout to where the fans are. There's no fans. There's like 7 parents. It's T-ball. And the new dad, and he walks up and he's like, Mr. Tebow? To the new dad that's there. My dad's like, yeah, it's me. He's like, well, you come down and talk to me. So my dad walks down. He's like, Mr. Tebow, I'm so sorry to bother you, but I think we have a problem with your son. My dad's like, I'm so sorry, Coach. What seems to be the issue? Coach says, he's overly competitive. My dad's like, okay, Coach, let me go talk to him. So my dad comes walking around the first base dugout to where the fence is, the little chain link fence is opening it. My dad, especially at this time, is a pretty big, intimidating looking man. He's got a stern look on his face. And I'm like, oh crap. Like, there's a 74% chance I'm getting a whooping on first base, you know? And sure enough, my dad's wearing a belt, and I was like, that just rose to 90%, you know? And so my dad's making his way towards me, and he's got the stern look on his face, and I'm terrified. My dad walks over to me, he bends over, and he looks me in the eye, he says, Timmy, it's okay. He just doesn't understand. So my dad was kind of competitive too. So I go to first base, that's what position I was playing. The game starts, the other team hits the ball into the outfield, and I look to the outfield. All 3 of our outfielders are huddled together looking in the grass for 4-leaf clovers. You can't make this up, true story. So I'm running to the outfield so the other team doesn't get an inside the park home run, and I'm like just so mad, and I'm going back to my position, and the second baseman, he's just like, hey, what color snow cone do you want? I'm like, what's wrong with you, kid? Pay attention, you know? We're losing. And so they found out I'm a decent athlete, so the next inning they moved me to pitcher. You're not pitching, you're in the little circle thing, and wherever the ball was hit, I was like, okay, I got to do whatever I got to do to win. So wherever the ball was hit, I'll run and get it. First couple of times I threw it to first, kid didn't catch it. So they're like, all right, now I got to do what I got to do to win. Then I'll run and get the ball and chase the kids and tag them before they got to first. And we go 3 up, 3 down, and I was pumped. It was also my first time like handling public criticism because all the opposing fans, parents, were like, boo, don't let him do that. He shouldn't be allowed to do that. And I'm like, you're just mad because Johnny can't run, right? Like, teach your son the rules. Hit the ball, don't wave to mom and dad, and maybe you wouldn't be out, you know? And so I remember running to the dugout, and I'm pumped, like, yeah, let's go. And Coach Langley's like, well, Timmy, that's good, but you have to throw the ball to first. I said, why? The kid can't catch. Like, the goal is to win. Period. By any means necessary. And that was the last thing we did on Saturday, and the first thing we did on Sunday was we went to church, and my parents found out that their 5th child, me, was a super arrogant T-ball player.
Oh my gosh.
Because I wanted to tell everybody how many hits, how many home runs, how many people I got out, what the score was, every bit of it. My parents were mortified. They were like, our baby is a horrible kid. So they instilled a rule for our family, for all 5 of us kids, but really for me and because of me, that every time we played any sporting activity, we would have to memorize scripture verses. but for me, on humility. And this was one of the first verses that I had to memorize, was James 4, that God gives grace to the humble, but he is opposed to the proud. Submit therefore to God, resist the devil, he will flee from you. Draw near to God, and he will draw near to you. So if we want to surge our life God's way, I believe it starts with a posture of humility, that we would understand who we have been saved by, who we've been rescued by, what the King has really done and what the King went through. And when we take an accurate view of ourselves, it should rip away so much of the pride. And yes, this is something we will battle every single day of our life. And yes, if we lose to Georgia again this year, I will battle it again that day. It's not funny. But in my opinion, it is one of the most important battles that we face, is taking an accurate view of ourselves. But when we do, we can also take way more of an accurate view of who God is and who King Jesus is and what they have done for us on our behalf. So if we want to search our life God's way, that's why I believe it starts with a posture of humility. Because Scripture is very clear. God gives grace to the humble, but he's opposed to the proud. And I don't want God to be the opposition in my life. That's a hard game to win.